Okay, everybody, it is the end of day one of the 48-hour challenge. So there was a huge part of this that I left out in the last video that I need to talk about in this video. So because I really needed to push myself, and I promised myself that I will push what I'm doing with Geek Empowered out to the public. If I do not do this in this 48-hour period, there's a consequence. I will have to make a contribution to I'm going to say a very interesting organization. And I would have to post that receipt on all my social media channels and leave it on there for the next couple of months. This is to push me out of my comfort zone. And I took this on. I took on this challenge, so I'm going to do it. And we're going to go into a recap of what has been happening for the first 24 hours, or the first 12 hours. So for today, I did contact a lot of people, but I realized my behavior. I think that's the biggest piece out of all of this that I paid attention to. I have a habit of doing more preparation than action. I didn't actually send my first email till about 1 p.m. And I've been up since 8 a.m., probably 7:45 a.m. And I didn't send my first email to 1 p.m. So I have to be better with taking action instead of doing a lot of preparation, because that's my safe space. My safe space is always preparing for stuff and not acting on those things. So I started off with a list of 50 people, and that quickly grew as I was doing my research to 65 people. There were a lot of inaccurate emails, a lot of bounce back emails. The number of people I reached out to was actually higher, but because I had so many bounce back emails, I had to delete those contacts, so it messed with my numbers. But also, there's a lot of co-working spaces that don't exist anymore, or they change names, or they change locations, like a lot of inaccurate data. So it was very hard to not only just find the accurate co-working space, but also find a contact at that co-working space. I was cross-checking between AI, DeskPass, and LinkedIn to make sure that I had the right information. And it was difficult once I had a person to find their public work email. So I had to do a lot of hello at this, info at this. Also, there was a lot of distractions that I personally just do out of habit. So every time I touched my phone, I had a habit of going to Facebook, Monopoly Go, and TikTok. And what I've been doing for the past, I want to say week, is, except for Monopoly Go, I'm going to admit, Monopoly Go, I'm like, I got to get my shields up first, and then I can let it go. But when I'm on one of the apps, in my mind, I yell distraction and I put it back down. Sometimes I can do it quickly. Sometimes it takes some time. The only exception is Monopoly Go, because I gotta have my shields up. I have to. I made a huge mistake. Phone cut off the video, so I'm gonna finish on my computer. The last thing I talked about was Monopoly Go. So another thing that I noticed was I made a huge mistake in some of my emails. I left some of the template information in the email when I sent it. So I had to reply to them again and call it out, apologize for the mistake, and then give them like details of what I was trying to do. Sent it, moved on. So now I'm going to go to my numbers. So out of 66 contacts, I had contacted 14 co-working spaces, chambers of commerce, and organizations. I realized that I shouldn't just contact co-working spaces. I need to contact other organizations too. And then I also contacted 2, what I like to call connectors. So they might not have a space, but they know people who have a space. Out of those people, 1 person responded, and we're working out the details of what the workshop's going to look like tomorrow. So I'm very happy about that. And then the next steps are, for tonight, I'm going to schedule out a lot more emails to go out tomorrow morning. Um, so the number is going to bump up drastically by tomorrow. I'm hoping to hit that 50. If I can hit this 50, then I did what I was supposed to do, and all is well, all is saved. I don't have to do anything outrageous. So we're scheduling out them emails tonight. Um, I'm going to use DeskPass and other directories instead of AI because AI is giving me a lot of inaccurate information. Um, and then I'm going to also flesh out that workshop. So I have a general outline of what my workshop's going to look like, but I need to really flesh out the details to make sure like it's really great and I'm giving people useful information. Because what I don't want to do is the fire hose method, where I'm like literally holding a fire hose and pouring out as much information as I can. And people are like overwhelmed and they're like, I still don't know what to do. I want to make sure that the workshop is interactive and people are in real time being hands on with their systems and stuff. So that is where I'm at. Um, I'm also putting all of this on YouTube. So subscribe to my YouTube. And if you want to see my documentation, I'm going to put the link in this post.